As a follow-up to the published guidelines for safe reopening of schools in Lagos State, the Ministry of Education, through the Office of Education Quality Assurance, embarked on a 2-day training exercise on the measures for reopening of schools in the context of COVID-19 for school owners, leaders of schools, school association, school networks and educators for both private and public sectors in the state. According to the Director General, the training themed Moving Forward had segments for questions and answers to burning issues that schools may have as they strive to balance a strong education system while promoting health and safety.
After today, we are hoping that there's a better understanding as to what is required for reopening to be successful within the dynamic of not just private schools, but especially public schools, as we have their representatives here today. We're really also hoping to equip our representatives here to go back and feel confident as they prepare for reopening.
Speaking during the exercise, Dr. Adefolami Okpawaye implored school leaders, students and families to maintain a high level of personal and environmental hygiene to safeguard pupils.
I think parents should be concerned but not afraid. And so the job of the parent is probably to make sure that he does his own part in also comply with the rules set by the school and try to work in conjunction with the school so that everything is fine. But I think that's what the role of parents is. You have to work and cooperate with the school and also do your own part in training your child about coronavirus.
One of the key challenges we've heard of today is the fact that most of our public schools have a high population when compared to the number of classrooms. And some of the solutions we've given is the fact that there can be shifts done or specific days assigned for specific classes. Every school is unique, and because they're supposed to come up with plans for each of their school, there's 4 plans that they will be trained on today. Those plans will help them design unique solutions for their unique problems in their schools.
In an interview with Education Report on TV, the Director General, Office of the Education Quality Assurance, Mrs. Abiola Seriki-Ayeni, says to adequately prepare schools for a safe and hitch-free reopening, it is necessary for the Lagos State Ministry of Education to train school leaders and educators to provide templates and processes for assessing school readiness to reopen across the state.
The Office of Education Quality Assurance has really set up a very holistic approach to the reopening of schools. We recognize that in order to be able to be cleared with the state, you need to have reopening documents that center on health and safety, communication, learning, and operational plans for your school. Communication is very important, so we have set up toll-free lines and regular phone lines for our stakeholders to contact us on. And some of this is for whistleblowing, some of this is for issues that they may have with reopening, just constant communication.
Some participants appreciated the Office of the Education Quality Assurance for a job well done and also stressed the importance of the training exercise for the reopening of schools.
The need for safe reopening for all our schools have been emphasized. We need to reopen and remain open, not reopen and shut the school again if those things are not taken care of. So we are going home with the intention that the school will open and make sure that they remain open. We need clean environments. We need physical and social distance. There's need for a thermometer to check the student temperature. There's need for hand washing, sanitizer. All those things are very, very important.
Another thing that I've also learned here is that the use of a face stroke nose mask must not stay long with the student. We have to allow them to come out for break so that it will not suffocate them. Because even we that are adults too, at times we have to shift it down as I've done now. So if it cannot stay longer with you, so that it will not injure those students.
Now we have to go online and do registration for schools and for staff. We have to have training. Then there's a checklist of things that the schools have to provide before they are cleared to open. A lot of questions have been raised here and a lot of challenges have also been highlighted. And I think the answers that we have gotten shows that we are not rigid in the way we're going to approach this resumption. We're going to be adopting a lot of unique procedures depending on the challenges that schools are facing. I think all in all, Lagos State is ready for school resumption.
As we prepare to open schools, apart from the health of the children, I think the health of the educators involved is also very key. And from what we have received from the sessions today. I think it's an eye-opener for a whole lot of educators on how they can structure reopening, what they need to do before reopening, how to handle children, and how to also handle adults, and what provisions we also need to make for our educators and even parents as well.
Before now, there have been many assumptions, but today we were exposed to how it is being spread and how we can help with managing the children during the reopening of schools. And there is a way to disinfect, talking about the transportation system and also the social distancing and how we can also give this type of education to the children.
Participants at the events were drawn from public and private schools across the 6 education districts.